What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chaotic Minds. As always, it is Winged.
And a midget.
And we took last week off in a surprise impromptu sleep.
We were exhausted.
So that's why there wasn't anything last week. We apologize.
We're trying to get back on track.
But that's the reason. I did have, like, last week we had plans, like we were gonna go over like wrestling stuff and go over a bunch of other things, and well, that didn't happen because we passed out.
Yeah, you having migraines and me having the back issues just does not mix.
No.
I had to take an extra pain pill. You actually took medicine for once.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So
Supplies.
I have thought of something to talk about for this week.
Is that what I smell burning?
No.
Damn.
That pie's already cooked.
Ooh.
Anyways, so
He said pie.
it has been brought to my attention through different communities and different things I've seen and rumors, and not actually rumors, guaranteed facts now.
Yeah, when you look at the take a look at the rumors and you delve into some research and you go down that rabbit hole, you're like, oh.
Yeah. They are remaking a Disney movie. Not a super old one.
Please tell me it's not going to be live action.
Not a super old one.
Great. That answered my question.
So it's not like, I mean, they've already done Beauty and the Beast and
Lion King.
Little Mermaid.
I do have to say, Beauty and the Beast was really good. I liked it.
They did The Jungle Book, Aladdin, and now the newest movie that is being remade.
I have opinions.
In live action
Ugh.
is Lilo and Stitch. Uh-huh. And that got my little brainworms tingling.
I can't. Okay. What the fuck are they going to get to play Stitch?
CGI. Stitch is entirely CGI. I've seen parts of a trailer.
They're also doing Moana.
They're also doing Moana,
but The Rock is playing.
As well as they are doing Moana 2.
Yep. And The Rock is reprising his role in both.
So that got my, like I said, that got my little brainworms a-tingling. How do you feel about remakes, remasters, or remasters? Like, they've done it a few times with Cinderella, remastered edition, locked in the Disney Vault. Or
Cinderfella or Cinderella with Brandy. You remember the singer Brandy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cinderella story.
Well, Cinderella story's different. It's based on...
It's a continuation.
No, it's based on Cinderella. So, like, Hilary Duff plays the... Cinderella character, and Jennifer Lawrence plays the evil stepmother and stuff like that.
I don't think that's her name.
That is.
It's the
Jennifer
lady.
Lawrence.
It's the lady I really can't fucking stand.
Oh, I want a hot dog real bad.
Fucking shoot me. Every time I see that lady, I just want to like...
What's his name's mom?
From
Stifler's
mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Not Jennifer Lawrence. It's not Jennifer Lawrence. You're right. Lord have mercy. I can't think of her name. I'll look it up later.
Every time I see her, I want to punch her face in the face.
But, that's... The Cinderella story isn't a retelling of Cinderella. It's Cinderella... Like,
yeah.
It's a...
I understand what you're saying.
It is like a story of...
Yeah.
Based around... So... stuff like that.
To get us kind
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, there we go. To get us back on track, other than the what the fuck are they going to do about Stitch, remakes, it's kind of a middle of the line for me. Only because, and I will say this, only because there are some very well done remakes and live actions and stuff, but there are some really shit ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sorry, The Little Mermaid, this is going to be a controversial opinion.
Hot take.
The Little Mermaid was fucking garbage. They took out Kiss the Girl because, ooh, sexual harassment. Fuck you.
Okay.
Don't fuck with my Disney.
Okay.
Anyway, that's that garbage one. That's hot garbage on hot garbage. The Lion King was kind of cool. They didn't have kind of the sing-songy. It was more of a, this is lions on safari. This is how this happens. This is how...
Well, I mean, majority of Disney movies aren't technically just movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're musicals.
Yeah.
The musical being defined as there are multiple songs sung in the movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, Princess and the Frog is a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love
If they
Princess
fucking
and the Frog.
touch that and put it as a live action, I'm going to hunt the sons of bitches down and fuck them up.
I will say this. I would go see... I don't do live action movies like that, right? However, I would go see that one.
Only because you want to see... only because you want to see who plays the bad guy.
I want to see who plays Dr. Facilier.
Yep.
I love that character.
And Mama.
Mama, yes.
Yes. Oh, if they don't get the actual, like, voice actors for that, I'm a... Anyway, so some can be done really well. Some can be done like garbage. Like, I don't like how they did the live action Lion King. I really, really do not like the fact that they fucked up Aladdin. Because I'm sorry, Will Smith is a garbage Aladdin.
You mean Genie?
Well,
he didn't
yeah.
play Aladdin.
My brain is like off course because I'm pissed that they don't touch Robin Williams movies, especially since that great man has passed away.
I mean, it's been years since he's passed.
I don't give a flying fuck stick. Seriously, you do not fuck with Genie. Leave Genie the hell alone.
Anyways.
That's hot garbage number 2. Beauty and the Beast. I was a fan of. There is a bonus scene after in some of the like extra stuff, like the Easter eggs and stuff. It actually did a kind of a battle of the Gastons. The original, Hugh Jackman, and the new one, whoever the fuck he is. I can never remember his name.
Anyways.
But they actually go through and they go back and forth, kind of bouncing back and forth, singing Gaston songs.
Okay.
Great movie. Let's see, what else have they done? Cinderella, there is so many different remakes of Cinderella that I can't keep track of that.
So I will say there is one set of movies, or one movie that's been redone, I don't know how many times.
Other than Cinderella?
That's not in the Disney universe.
Okay.
Well, one version is.
Which movie?
You know how many Robin Hood movies there are?
Yeah, but there's only one good one. Well, 2 good ones. Sorry.
No, I will say the Disney version is my personal favorite. It is my second favorite Disney movie of all times. Number 1 being Alice in Wonderland. Hot take. Sorry, I have 3 versions that are my favorite. I will backtrack and then still say
number 1 is the Disney one.
Is the Disney version. Number 2,
Carrie freaking Elwes.
Yes.
Men in Tights.
Robin Hood and Men in Tights is another one. Third one, and this one's going to be a little controversial for you at least.
I swear to God, if you say the Kevin Costner version, I will stab you.
Kevin Costner versions.
Okay, guys, this may be the end of our show because Winged may get stabbed.
I don't know what it is.
You have a crush on Kevin Costner?
No, that's the thing. I don't. I just like how that movie was done.
Yes, I understand that.
It is the first live action version of that movie I've ever seen, and therefore it has a special place with me.
It's imprinted on you.
Yeah.
I just I don't like Kevin Costner at all.
You don't like the man at all. Like, I cannot stand Will Ferrell. Cannot stand Will Ferrell.
Step Brothers is fucking awesome. Okay. Sorry.
I don't know what it is. I do not like that actor. Right?
Yeah.
I will watch Zoolander.
That's a garbage movie. Why would you pick Zoolander?
Like that movie.
Why would you pick Zoolander? I would pick Talladega Nights over Zoolander. I'm sorry.
I will watch Elf once a year.
I have never seen Elf.
Okay. I do not like Will Ferrell. However, there are some movies that he does a very good job at.
Yeah.
I liked the Kevin Costner Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I did not. I don't know why. I just couldn't.
The other part of it, I think, is the soundtrack.
That I can agree with.
I love the soundtrack for that.
And I think the thing is like with a lot of movies, even like the remakes, the Disney movies, the Pixar movies, any musicals, anything with like a lot of movies, we kind of associate the soundtrack with if they're good or not.
Right.
And that's the thing for me is like when they start messing with the soundtrack, like
taking songs
out because of PC bullshit. They start messing with the version of songs like Part of Your World, that was jacked up. Under the Sea, that was jacked up.
See, I didn't.
Kiss the Girl is not even in the movie. I watched it because I knew this was kind of going to be a hot take for us, a hot button for both of us. Because there are opinions that we both have. Like, we have differing opinions about the Kevin Costner movie. Cool.
Yeah.
I happen to be a big fan of Batman. There are so many different Batman movies.
How many origin stories does Batman need to have? He has about as many origin stories
as the X-Men
Joker does.
Okay, so I loved Adam West as Batman.
Yeah.
Granted,
that was a very slapsticky.
Yeah. Granted, it's like if you go back and watch the Adam West Batman movies, just put William Shatner in your head when he's talking, and you'll understand why it's like I loved Adam West as Batman, but I could not stand how they like set the film up. It's that annoying William Shatner voice. That slapstick comedy is great, but at the same time, it's like my brain could not brain.
Yeah. I will say that I have 3 favorite Batmans.
Okay.
I liked Val Kilmer.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm a Val Kilmer fan to the end of my days.
I liked Nipply Batman.
Nipply Batman. Ben Affleck?
Not Ben Affleck. I think it was Clooney.
George Clooney.
I think. It was when the first appearance of Robin.
Yes, George Clooney.
Okay.
Yummy.
And I like the Christian Bale Batman.
I do too, and that's a very controversial opinion too. Like, I love Christian Bale.
He went fucking psycho during the filming of that movie, and somebody went ahead and made a remix and put it to a song, like him going off on people, and I listened to that.
Think about this. Do you have any idea how many actors and actresses have gone bananas portraying those characters in Batman?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Heath Ledger. You know,
he was a big one, and he got really bad like he started drinking heavily, and like when he passed away, they found a mix of different cold medicines in his system because he was fighting off a cold, and he was just refusing to stop.
It wasn't just that. He was also they believe he was also experimenting with prescription drugs and mixing that kind of stuff to
Yep.
get into the mind
of Joker.
of being the Joker. And
that's what and that's what's dangerous. And I mean, they talk about like the drug epidemics, like the different drugs that are like hardcore, like heroin, meth, fentanyl, cocaine. Like, you talk about some of these heavier medications, okay? These heavier drugs. And I will say, drugs and medications are two separate things. I don't give a shit who you think you are, unless it's dispensed by a pharmacy or a dispensary, like marijuana and mushrooms.
a bunny trail.
Yeah, I know, but there's a difference. And then it just bothers me because they take these remakes, and this is where I'm going to loop back.
Okay.
And this is why I'm saying it the way I am. These remakes, these like retellings of the story, the reworking of an origin story, whatever you want to call it, they are taking them too far. These actors and actresses are getting into these roles so deeply that they are embodying these characters, which is great for telling the story. Yeah. But what they need to start thinking about, and this is why I will never understand why people let children become actors and actresses.
Like child actors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have to get into these roles, and in order to get into some of these roles, and like I said, with the remakes and stuff like that, it's like they get so into these roles that they're willing to do things that they normally would not do.
Yeah.
And it's tearing people and families apart.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many Batman actors, like Christian Bale, got divorced from his wife, got married to another wife, got divorced from her before his first Batman movie was done filming?
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
Well, and I'm not just talking, like, it's not just movies either that you're seeing this resurgence of, like, let's redo this, or, you know, let's remake this, or let's do something. I mean, big example for you, because you enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm.
Girl Meets World.
Boy Meets World, the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
couldn't get in.
Coming.
I couldn't get into Girl Meets World too much.
There's another one coming. They are bringing a show back.
Oh, God.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
That could be interesting, because they did leave it open to a very specific spot.
But it's the same line that they did with Boy Meets World. Where the children in Wizards are now the parents in this redone, or this reboot.
I can see that going well.
There's talk about them bringing back Gravity Falls.
God, no, I never could get into that.
I like that show, and because of all of the Easter eggs and the like, I like that kind of stuff. You know, but now there's a new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that's coming out. That's going to be exclusive on Paramount.
You know what I hope they bring back? Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
I would love to see it. Oh,
live action.
Another one that they brought back. Another one that they brought back. Fairly Odd Parents. Except it's not 2D cartoon anymore. It's 3D.
What the fuck? That's gonna be weird.
Wanda and Cosmo's kid is no longer a baby. He's grown up, and he has his own god kid.
That's kind of cool.
But yeah, I've seen like clips from that show. It's fucking 3D.
That's gonna be weird.
You know. But like it's.
By the way, thank you. I have the Fairly Odd Parents theme going through my head right now.
You're welcome. But like, here's my thing. I don't mind reboots.
Yeah.
I don't mind them if they're done well.
Hopefully they do Wizards of Waverly Place well, because that was one of my favorites to watch with the kids.
But the problem is that most times it's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia trip. I mean, for fuck's sake, going back to the movie thing, they're making a sequel to Twister called Twisters.
Yeah, it's already out in theaters, and I want to go see it. Fuck off.
What's the fucking point? There was no big bad of the whole thing.
It's not about a big bad. It's about continuing the research and the little spinny thingies that go up and like the data that comes with that. It's about the lab this time.
There are some movies that don't need a sequel.
They have better twisters in this one too.
There are some movies that don't need a sequel.
Well, we'll agree to disagree because I'm going to go see that bitch. I will crawl with my rocker and crawl with my rock. Gabapentin brain, guys. Anyway.
But no, like, there are some movies that just don't need a sequel. That they do anyways, for whatever fucking reason. And it could be right away. Like, how long ago did Moana come out?
God, yeah.
And now there's Moana 2.
Yeah.
You know. Which, admittedly, another cash grab because Moana was like Frozen.
God, Frozen's another one of those that they needed to die with the first one. Sorry, I loved Frozen the first time I seen it. No, and I mean...
But there are some movies or TV shows or whatnot that, like, once it's done, let it be done.
You know what movie they needed to stop with after the first couple, like three...
Fast and the Furious?
Not only that. That one became stupid.
When they went into space in a car, it's like, I think this is a little much, guys.
No, the other one that needed to die before it went to space was Jason.
I don't know. I kind of like Jason X.
Jason X, like I said, it was okay in parts.
It was a shit movie.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was a very shit movie, but it was at least entertaining.
But the thing is like...
And you know me. I don't do horror movies.
He doesn't do horror movies. He can do Michael Myers. He can do some Jason. He can do Jason versus Freddy. He can do Freddy versus Jason, which is fucking cool. They are making a second one, and I am so excited. Because did you not see him walk out of the lake with Freddy Krueger's head winking?
Yes, I saw that. But, like, they don't... Again, one of those movies doesn't need a sequel. Doesn't.
AVP and AVP Requiem.
AVP doesn't need a sequel. But
it has
one anyways.
But no, Jason needed to die after the first few. Because, like, seriously, how many times? How many times?
Jason goes to Brooklyn.
Jason goes to the Bronx.
Yeah.
Jason goes to Compton.
Oh, God. That would be...
Compton for a funny reason. Horror movies and black people. Yeah. Anyway. Another one. Like Freddy Krueger. I love Freddy Krueger. Nightmare on Elm Street. Fucking great movies. Okay? They needed to stop after the first three.
No.
They didn't need to do any more. Except for Freddy versus Jason because that had to be told. And then, like, let's see.
About Halloween. Mine is the third one because fuck the third one.
Yeah, because fuck the third one. Because that one was... And see, they did that right. Here's my opinion on that. Sorry for interrupting you, but this is like gabapentin brain running a million miles an hour.
By this point in time, it shouldn't really like bother me as much as it does.
It does, and I'm sorry. Like I said, gabapentin brain.
Anyways, you were saying...
So, Halloween movies, in my opinion, were done correctly. Because it wasn't a retelling of this or rehashing of the origin story or redoing this or redoing this.
Although Rob Zombie did do that.
Yeah, Rob Zombie movies are great. Sorry.
Anyways.
House of a Thousand Corpses. We'll talk about that in a minute. But no, like Halloween did great. The only one of the Halloween movies that I did not like was Halloween H2O. Fuck that movie.
I liked Halloween H2O. The only Halloween movie that I could not stand is the third one.
Why?
Because it has no point.
Very true. That's a valid point.
Here's the thing.
I will give you that.
Halloween 1 and 2, and then 4 through wherever they're at now.
Dude, the last
I know.
with you. That movie, fucking great.
From Halloween 1 and 2, and then 4 through whatever number they're at now, all had one thing couple things in common.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost,
Killer camp counselors.
Michael. Michael was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, it was about the family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I don't mind the Halloweens.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think they did it right as well, because Michael
it was a continuation.
Didn't kill all of his family.
Yep.
However, the third one is so
asinine,
ass backwards, terrible E.T. video game on Atari level of shite.
Atari 7200. Why do I know that?
Guess what it didn't have in it?
Michael.
Guess who else it didn't have in it?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Any of the family. What was Halloween 3 about? Halloween masks.
Mm-hmm.
Being cursed.
Mm-hmm.
Being made with something and having a bag,
going down into the sewers and
having that logo on them. And then when kids would sit in front of the TV with their Halloween masks on, it would devour their heads and they would die.
Yeah, that one made no sense.
What's the point? Here's the thing. If they were to go ahead and take that movie, right,
mm-hmm.
and shunt it away from the overarching Halloween Michael Myers storyline, and just do like Curse of the Masks or whatever, and like that's the fucking movie, right?
That would have been
any problem.
See, and here
I never would have seen it.
See, here's the thing. The thing is if you know how.
Okay.
Sorry. You know how I'm going off of what you were saying about the devouring as the kids are sitting in front of TVs and stuff. You know how in some of them they have the people that are about to die, they're watching TV or they're watching a scary movie or they're doing something, they're telling scary stories or whatever. If they would incorporate that into like a TV show that was just playing in the background of somewhere, that would be better than having that as a movie, because that was garbage.
Like, if they were to go ahead and just shunt that off and have a different Halloween, like with Michael Myers, if like they would have taken 4 and made that 3 and just shifted everything down 1,
mm-hmm.
wouldn't have an issue with it. Because I wouldn't have seen Halloween 3 with the fucking masks at all. And I wouldn't have knowledge of this fucking movie. Unfortunately...
Your dad loves these movies.
No, here's the thing. The reason why I don't have an issue with the Halloween series is when I was younger, I refused to watch horror movies.
Yeah, you still do because of a Pennywise the Clown issue.
Well, no, because I like doing this thing called sleep. Anyways, we were going to a haunted attraction called Jason's Woods back home.
Oh my God.
And my dad made me and my brother, Kyle, watch he turned on AMC, and they were having a Halloween
marathon. Yep,
like
every
of the Halloween
Halloween
movies. And he said we had to sit there and watch the movies until it came down for us to get ready to go.
Yep.
And so I did. That's how I was able to go to Jason's Woods. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't have an issue with it. But as a part of it, it started at 1. And it played all the way up through, I think, H2O at that point. And we watched all of those movies.
Yeah.
And I looked at my dad. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Keep in mind, I'm a small child. Should not be cussing. Cussed in front of my dad. He goes, I'm going to let that slide because I will personally agree with you.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, I don't know. I had another movie in mind that I wish they would have stopped at the first one. And now I can't think of it.
X-Men?
No. X-Men, they have to tell all the different perspectives and stuff like that.
Here's the main issue that I have with X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had 1, 2, and 3. With Wolverine being one of the main characters of that movie, right?
Yeah.
Then they did X-Men First Class.
X-Men Origins.
Huh?
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Well, X-Men Origins still follows the same continuity as
Logan did not.
Logan, X-Men Origins, and all of the 1, 2, and 3 all were in the same continuity, right? X-Men First Class, technically, and all the movies that have the they call it the Dark Phoenix saga, is an alternative, one of the
Alternate
multiverses
universe
version, right? Deadpool.
Did you know there was a Lady Deadpool?
I believe Deadpool takes place in that Dark Phoenix timeline.
Yep.
And Dark Phoenix universe.
And did you know that there is a Lady Deadpool?
Yes.
Yep.
Anyways, there is a like book, like a comic that they did where it's X-Men kills the Avengers universe. And he is the last person alive. He takes out every hero, villain, anti-hero, all of that. And he is the last he's the last one alive of like superheroes or supervillains or whatnot, right? And he does it with every Deadpool. And we're talking Lady Deadpool, we're talking Zombie Pool, we're talking Kid Pool, like all of them, right? But where was I going with this? Like certain movies need to be rebooted, right? The Fantastic Four movies need to get on the same fucking page. The reason why the Fantastic Four wasn't included in the Marvel Universe is because at the time, Fantastic Four was owned by Fox. And Fox refused to allow that to happen. It's only been here recently that that Marvel got the rights back from Fox. That's why Chris Evans, who played Johnny Blaze, in the original or the first Fantastic Four movies, was in, spoiler alert, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Wolverine. He reprised his role as the Human Torch. Granted, he got murked, but anyways. But going past movies and TV shows, another branch of these reboots or remakes or remasters, right, are video games. I mean, we have, thanks to my youngest brother, we have the remastered version of Spyro. All three movies, all three games of Spyro on our Switch. You have, because of me, the remastered and redone version of the Crash Bandicoot series.
Yes.
When they remake games or they remaster games, right? And they keep it the same. It's great. I mean, look what they're doing with Final Fantasy. Remaking or redoing that game, making it more modern.
Yeah, kind of bringing it more into this era.
But they're also adding things into it as well that were a part of the original script that just had to get cut.
Another set of movies, Star Wars. Stop making them.
Well, they didn't remake
Good Lord.
them. They just added.
Yeah, I'm talking about sequels.
I like
Good
the prequels.
Lord.
I like the original 3. I have not seen any of the sequel 3, and I've been told not to because it's terrible. I don't care. I like Star Wars. I'm probably going to watch them at some point.
Solo was supposedly really terrible.
Anyways, but they rebooted the Ratchet and Clank series.
Yeah.
Which was very well done.
Oh, another set of movies that you like Matrix. Those movies are really great.
So, Matrix Resurrection was a direct sequel to The Matrix 3, which I haven't seen it yet. However, I will say this until I have seen it. They should have stopped at 3. Now, whether or not it's good, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to have to watch it.
Another movie that we both set of movies that we both love that they can continue making as long as they keep the same actors, I will be 100% on board. And that's The Lord of the Rings. They can tell
That's the
all
problem.
the stories for that shit, and I'll be on board.
They can't continue The Lord of the Rings up unless they start going into the Silmarillion, right? They're already doing a Lord of the Rings TV show that can only, I think it's only on like one of the streaming services. You know.
Yeah.
But like, unfortunately, with Lord of the Rings, he didn't continue that story. Like I said, unless you get into the Silmarillion, or some of the whatever the, I think it's Silmarillion.
Yeah.
Whatever, I can't pronounce it. And that's more like bookkeeping, so to speak. From what I've heard, I've read bits and pieces of it, and I couldn't get through it.
Here's a movie from when we were kids that should have been a one and done. The Sandlot.
I got halfway through The Sandlot and was like, I'm not doing it.
They should have stopped it at the first one because Sandlot 2 was garbage. Sandlot heading home, time travel, really?
No.
Like, no. I mean, I'm one of the sets of movies that I'm looking at a list that has like movies with more than one sequel or,
right.
You know, anthologies type deals. And like Planet of the Apes. Stop.
Yeah. Well, I will say I have seen the start of this newer reboot that they've done.
Yeah.
And this newer version is very well done.
Yeah.
Granted, I agree. They just done. Just stop.
Indiana Jones. That's another one. Leave it alone.
When they made,
please.
I mean, the Crystal Skull.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull
was a flop.
Yeah, I loved it only because I love Indiana Jones movies. But even I agree that should not. Nope.
No.
No.
Lara
that one.
Croft. Like, I love Lara Croft. I am so glad that they haven't made any new ones. Past the reboots that they did.
John Wick.
I love John Wick.
So they have, on this list, they have 3. There is a 4th one that just came out recently or is coming out soon.
They're working on it.
Yeah. But there's that one. Another one, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. There's actually 3. Another
each of those movies ties it directly. So there are 3 books in that anthology.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're doing all 3 books.
Yeah.
One that they should have done, that one series that they should have covered all of them, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes! Like, seriously. That's it. I agree with that. Just like, this is another one that we really like. And I think there's one that we both didn't like. It's the Bourne Identity series.
I love the Bourne Identity.
I know, there was one.
All of them.
I haven't seen the one that titled Jason Bourne.
Yes, we have.
The one from 2016?
Yeah, we saw it.
I don't remember.
I've seen the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum, the Bourne Legacy.
Days of Future Past is another X-Men movie that shouldn't have been made.
And then the one that was just Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them, and they are all great, in my personal opinion.
Another one, Mission Impossible. That should have been garbage.
I haven't seen anything past 3.
Tom Cruise is a garbage actor. I'm sorry.
One with Simon Pegg was pretty decent.
I think that's Rogue
Ghost
Nation.
Protocol.
Ghost Protocol?
I think.
Simon Pegg, yep.
One movie that they shouldn't have made, at least not with the way that they made it, Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
But
I agree with that.
There are some movies that are like, why are we remaking or why are we putting a sequel or something like that?
Little Mermaid. That's another one.
We already mentioned Little Mermaid.
Yes, but we didn't mention the fact that there's like 3
I only know
movies.
of one sequel.
There is Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea, and Little Mermaid Ariel's Beginning.
I only know of Return to the Sea, And that's because it was about their kid going back to the ocean.
Rocky.
Rocky should have died.
Seriously, stop.
Although Creed, I heard, is very, very good.
Yeah, and like Terminator. Because seriously, Terminator 1, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, it should have stopped there. Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, Terminator Dark Fate. The fuck?
Those last three tell more of
Sarah Connor's story.
Sarah/John Connor and like where they're at currently in the future versus the present.
So we need to have a Unbreakable marathon because we have to do Unbreakable, Split, and Glass, all three back to back. Because I was told that that's a fucking phenomenal series.
Yeah. But like, okay, moving past movies for right now. Okay.
I'm trying to think of the one series that I was thinking of, so you can continue
House of
talking.
1,000 Corpses?
No, I'm talking about a set of movies that should have died. One that you think should have died is Final Destination, but you don't like those movies.
I don't see the point in them. Anyways,
I like them.
I was getting into like video games. Like and we can touch into like replaying old games too.
I found it, and it's along the video game series too. Let's go to the beginning. On Her Majesty's Service, You Only Live Twice, Thunderball, Goldfinger.
007?
Mm-hmm. They should have stopped those. I
don't know. I like Daniel Craig as Bond.
I don't. Bond is not blonde.
Bond
Sorry.
is also not Scottish.
Yeah.
And yet Sean Connery played an amazing Bond.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan played an amazing Bond. I like the Pierce Brosnan version. I also like the Daniel Craig version because he brings a whole new like air to it. And here's the thing with Bond is how they can get away with it. 007 is a assigned number. James Bond is an assigned identity. Just like with Jason Bourne.
There's 23 007 movies.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Anyway.
We can also go into like replaying or rewatching stuff. Like, I love replaying some of my favorite games, right?
Yes. Like I'm doing right now.
From the start. Like, I love replaying the Kingdom Hearts games. You know, having the knowledge that I do now, going back and replaying some of them is just fantastic. You're going back through with Final Fantasy 15.
Yep, and also another one.
That is two more. 10 and 10-2.
I haven't really been playing those ones.
But like replaying or going back to some of these old games is great.
Yeah.
You know, like we went ahead when 15 first came out, we just got the version that they had.
Yeah.
And then later we found out that there was like a
Royal
edition, which is called the Royal Edition, which has more lines, it has different scenes, it has different things with it. It still stays along the same storyline.
Yeah.
So far, but it adds things to it. Like I like when they remake or remaster or like they put out something like a new version of something like that.
Yeah.
That gives you all that stuff. You know. Some of the games like that should not be touched ever. Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem. They should not have tried to reboot that game. It is terrible. Doom, on the other hand, Doom was fantastic.
Yes.
The reboot for Doom is just, oh my goodness.
Dune as well.
I've never played Dune.
Dune was really good.
But like some of these games are just perfect the way that they were, and the only thing that I can say to redo is remaster them, so that way they have better graphics.
Yeah.
You know, but like some of them just don't need to be touched. And if they do touch them, why are we touching these games? Or if they try to like reboot them or add a sequel in years down the line, why are we doing this?
The Lost Boys.
Okay, we're moving away from movies.
I know, but I'm still looking for that movie that I was talking about.
I would like you to like.
You're talking. I'm trying not to interrupt you this time. Keep going with your video games.
Can't be the only one talking though. It's a conversation. Anyways. But no, like some of the games that like video game reboots or remakes or stuff like that, I can deal with. You know, and it's weird. I know it's backwards. I get it. You know, well, you can't be saying something about movies and TV shows and then go ahead and have a completely different thing for remakes of games. I get it.
You can have a different thing. You can have a different opinion.
No, it's a little hypocritical because
no, it's not.
I'll sit there and I'll blast like the live action movies, which a lot of people enjoy, which is why they keep doing them. You know, but then I'll sit there and it's like, oh, they're remaking this game and they're putting in like 18 minutes of extra stuff. I'm down.
Cool.
You know.
You can, and that's not hypocritical. It's really not, because there's a difference between remakes of movies and live action of movies and stuff like that and redoing games. Like games, you have these games and sometimes they'll just do an add-on like years down the line. Hey, we decided to throw out this content that we didn't put out in the first place. Here you go.
Like all the episodes for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like Gladio and
Prompto, Ignis, Arden.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, doing stuff like that is different than like we're talking decades down the line. Video games in the grand scheme of things have not been around nearly as long as movies and TV shows. And a lot of TV shows that started out when TVs first came out were radio
dramatizations.
No, it's something different where they were doing the script, but they were doing it over a radio station that was specific. Okay, instead of having TV guide, it's a radio guide. Your favorite like murder mystery, like The Birds was first told on a radio. Like Alfred Hitchcock movies and some of the movies that were like predecessors to some of the black and white and stuff that we have, they used to be on radio. And some of them that were on radio, when they were brought to television, when television came out, a lot of people were like, no.
Yeah.
They liked the allure. They liked being able to use their imagination. And I think that's what the hard part for me is with a lot of these TV shows, movies, video games, etc. Like, the hard part for me is, you know, there are some things that don't need to be changed. There are some things that do need to be changed. Remastering stuff, updating the graphics, great. Doing that, great. Bringing color into a black and white film, you know, great.
Didn't they do that with Gone with the Wind?
Yeah. And they did it with
Now there are some movies that are filmed in black and white that should stay in black and white.
Yeah.
Like one set of movies that I love that you cannot stand for some reason, Sin City.
I can't. Nope.
I love Sin City. The only color that they have in there is blood.
Yep.
You know, Daniel Radcliffe was in Sin City. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. But the thing is like, I don't know. The story just...
well, it's not just one story. That's the best part. It's three different stories.
I know, but it just like...
But anyways.
Anyway. Yeah, that one I can't stand. But there's a difference between, you know, movies, TV shows, that type of stuff being remade or having things added on than video games because, like I said, video games have not been around nearly as long, for one. For two, there are some times, like with one of your favorite series, you wait 15 years
Kingdom Hearts
for the next installment to come out because you are invested in that game. And look how much that game, Kingdom Hearts 3, blew up.
Well,
because people have been waiting on Kingdom Hearts 3 for 15 years.
It blew up and then died.
Yeah. But the thing is like, a lot of people really invested in it. Some people were disappointed. We were not. We liked it.
I was disappointed in a few parts of it, but
yes,
overall, overarching feeling for it was I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love how they tied it all together.
I wish they would have done more with like P and the bad guys. Like
the problem is a lot of that game had to get cut, or there was last minute changes to it because Disney had their fingers in it. Like Arendelle.
Yeah, that one.
That whole entire level was messed with because what's her name? Queen.
Elsa?
Yeah. Was such a huge and still is a huge like $1 billion bringing in fucking character.
Yeah.
And the original plan for that was Elsa was going to be corrupted by darkness. And Disney's like, we can't have our big moneymaker being
dark.
being put as a villain. So you can't do that. So they had to take an entire section out of the game and bring in Hans a silent bad guy that you only see the back of his head like twice, and then all of a sudden he turns into a giant heartless wolf.
Yeah, see, and the thing is like add
into the fact that there was like no Final Fantasy part of that.
Yeah, that bothered me.
That was another thing that bothered me. The one thing that I will say was a beautiful piece that they added into it at the very end. Spoilers for those who didn't play it, but it's your fault. It's been out for a while now. The summoning of all of the Keyblades.
Yes.
That were people who played Union Cross.
Yep.
And guess whose name was that I saw that was in there? Mine.
And mine.
My Keyblade flew through, and I was
so did Vicious.
The happiest that I've ever been playing a Kingdom Hearts game. I was like, hey, I'm in this.
Yeah. And I think that was a beautiful add-on. See, the thing is for us that like having dark and twisted things added into stuff.
Well, it's not really dark and twisted.
I think that they need to have like a, you know how Final Fantasy has X and X2 and 13 Tech 2, that type of stuff. I think they need to do a Kingdom Hearts 3.1 or 0.2 that has the flip side to those, kind of the more dark and twisted style, like the original Arendelle. Like, could you?
In order for them to do that, they'd have to get permission from Disney, and again, they won't because Frozen is such a huge franchise for them.
Yeah, and
now what I will say,
after Frozen 2, it's not so much.
What I will say is Union Cross did have a B-side, so to speak. Union Cross, by the way, servers were shut down.
Which sucks.
But the B-side to that is they have Crossroads.
Yeah.
Where you follow Xehanort.
Yeah.
As a young kid.
Kind of an offshoot. Another game that I really wish that they would have continued and maybe even brought to console or to PC. It's one you like that the American servers got shut down.
Rage of Bahamut?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They did make an animated. They did make a anime for it, and the anime is fantastic.
I know, but like, I wish they would have I wish they would bring that game back.
Yeah, they can't, unfortunately.
Or bring it to like console.
They won't do that.
That would be cool.
Rage of Bahamut was one of those games that you could own, like it was designed to be played on your phone. Like there is.
That's the original gotcha game in my phone.
That it was for me too.
God, I spent so much money on the game.
I didn't.
I did. I spent almost $500.
But one series that I really enjoyed, and I keep holding on to hope, but I know that the maker of the game, there's no way that he's going to be able to, because I follow him on Twitter.
Okay.
American McGee's Alice.
Right. I
There was
wish.
supposed to be a third game.
What? There's a second game?
Madness Returns.
Oh, yeah.
But there was supposed to be a third one where Alice was hopping through because she gained the ability to go in and out of Wonderland and people's mindscapes. There was supposed to be a third one where she was going through like people of notable history, like Darwin and Dickens and stuff like that. And see how, that would be twisted, to pretty much play the role of a psychiatrist to help these people make the stories the way that they are supposed to be, the way that we know them, but by hopping into their mindscapes. But American McGee, so EA owns the rights to Alice. He had a fundraiser up to go ahead and buy the rights for Alice, and EA said no.
That's stupid.
Yeah. But no, like, I will say this. There are some games, like movies, that should not have a sequel.
Okay.
Very few and far between, but it shouldn't. There are some games that they should just stop fucking making. Because it's the same game.
Okay.
You want to know the big example for those?
Angry Birds.
No. All of the NFL 2K blah blah blah, or the soccer blah blah blah, or the NBA 2K blah blah blah.
Shut your whore mouth. NCAA, friggin' the college football. The reason why I love those games is because you could recruit your players from high school into the college circuit, and then you could take those players and have them recruited into teams on the NFL, and it would transfer over to the NFL 2K games.
Okay. Stop making them. It's the same game. Like, it's a sports game. I know. Sports are real popular. I mean, they have fucking golf games. But stop. EA, use your money for, like, cooler shit. I don't need to know, oh, yeah, this person was rated, this. I don't fucking care. And that even extends to the WWE games. Like, they're good. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that I have, I have 2K24. But, like, can we make something original now, please? Please. Please make something original. That'd be great. Anyways. I think that's a good place to stop.
Okay.
We're going to try to be back next week. It's all going to depend on sleep levels.
Sleep levels and pain levels.
Yep, that too.
Because, yeah.
But anyways, thank y'all so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. If you are listening to us on Spotify and you want to show Spotify that you want to hear more and you like what you're hearing, hit the download button. It shows Spotify, hey, we like what we're hearing. We want more of this. I just said that. And then they get back to us and we go ahead and get motivated to make more. If you would like to donate to the show, we do have a link in the description of the video. Not saying that you have to. Any little bit helps. Whatever y'all donate, we put right back into the show to make it better and try to make it more consistent for you guys in the long run. But as always, thank y'all so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to love each other. And as always, remember...
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Bye.
Okay, bye.